Is Brett Kavanaugh, Trump's latest Supreme Court nominee? And how will he vote on the incredibly important issues facing our nation? He considers himself an originalist, meaning he believes the Constitution must be interpreted in line with how the framers apparently saw it back in 1789. Now, there are obviously many problems with this approach. First, the Constitution as originally written counted black people as 3/5 of all other people. It did not outlaw slavery. It let states determine who had the right to vote, which meant, in effect, that the only people who were able to vote were white men over the age of 21 who owned property. On health care, Kavanaugh sought to keep an undocumented teenage girl in federal detention from obtaining an abortion. And when his opinion was reversed, he accused the court of creating a new right of abortion on demand. So if he had gotten his way, not only would the girl have been forced to stay in detention, she would have been forced to carry her pregnancy to term. A world without Roe v. Wade is a world in which women can be forced to stay pregnant against their will. And he's not necessarily any better on contraception. While he concedes the government may have an interest in requiring health insurance plans to cover contraception, he believes that it is a significant burden on religious organizations to even have to fill out the paperwork to opt out from such coverage. So not only is it a burden for them to cover contraception in the first place for their employees, but them filling out a form to say we don't want to cover contraception is too much for them. On guns, we've seen incredible activism and energy in the past few months to get new gun laws passed. But now we're on the verge of having a justice on the court who believes that an assault weapons ban is unconstitutional. And he's so supportive of corporations over employees that he once argued it was unreasonable to expect SeaWorld to protect their trainers from death or dismemberment at the hands of killer whales. He also has very concerning views on executive power, which I know is not the sexiest topic, but has gotten quite a bit of attention lately. He once wrote in a dissent that the president should be allowed to refuse to enforce laws that the president deems unconstitutional, even if the court says the law is constitutional. Quite simply, this is not how the law works. This is not how the law has worked since 1803. The courts get to say if laws are constitutional or not. The executive branch is certainly welcome to make its arguments in court, but at the end of the day, the court decides, not the president. And in a law review article almost 10 years ago, he wrote that he believes a sitting president should not face criminal investigations or civil lawsuits while in office.
How many of you believe, as a matter of law, that a sitting president cannot be indicted during the term of office? Just raise it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If Congress believes the president has acted badly, Congress should impeach and remove the president, and that is when it would be appropriate to indict a then former president. Considering it is not out of the realm of possibility that the Supreme Court could be called to rule upon this very issue in the near future, this is not the view we want on the court.